Hello, writing besties, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Avi. I am a writer, editor, writing mentor, and basically just someone who is obsessed with fictional characters and books, as you can see. Today, I wanted to run through some of my August editing and writing goals because I am definitely someone who achieves more when I sort of put it out to the universe, post things on social media, and feel like I have a sort of accountability group to keep me accountable to actually achieve my goals. These last few months have been absolutely crazy, and I was reflecting on that over the last couple of days, and honestly, I feel like I have achieved most of my 2026 goals. Like pretty much everything that has been on my vision board has been achieved this year, and that is just wild to me because back in December of 2025 would never have imagined that I would be sitting here with an agent for my book currently on submission with publishers around the world. I never would have imagined that I would be running a full-time editing business and making more money than I ever thought possible. I never imagined that that would actually succeed. Like, obviously I had some belief that I would succeed with the business that I was pursuing, but to actually be living it every single day and have all of these amazing authors coming to me and asking for my help and my expertise on their novels, and then to actually see that sort of go all the way through and have my authors publishing their books, like that is the coolest thing ever. And I never ever imagined that that's where I would be sort of mid to late 2026. And so reflecting on the fact that I have achieved most of my goals for the year, I sort of realized that it's time to have a bit of a reset with those goals, really look at what I want to achieve for the next few months, and definitely try and break that down into monthly increments. So I have broken my goals down into 4 different categories for the month of August. And I'm going to run through each of the goals for each of those different categories. And so at the end of the month, I'm going to do a September goals video, but I'll also reflect on my August achievements and if I made those goals that I've set come true. The 4 categories that I've broken my goals down into are writing, of course, my business, which is also editing. I have life goals, just because I think, that's where things like reading goals and just in general, like life. And then the 4th category is health and fitness. And I ordinarily wouldn't include that in a video like this, but I have actually just started a really, really cool training program, which is kind of gonna be for all of the writing and bookish girlies. So more on that in a minute. Okay, so the first category that I'm going to dive into is my writing goals for the month of August. And this one's actually really quite simple because currently I am just waiting to hear back from my agent about our submissions for the Space Between things. So that is currently sort of in this limbo land where I don't really know what's happening, but we're on submission. We've pitched to a bunch of publishers and now it's kind of just a waiting game. But because I am checking my emails every 3 seconds to find out if I've had good news or rejections, or basically just to get an update about my book for that, I am really trying to focus on writing the first draft of my next book, which I am currently calling Project Time. That is not the actual title for that book, but that is just a title that I am putting out into the universe so that we can do a fun little reveal when I am finally finished with the draft. So I'm currently probably about just over a quarter of the way through Project Time. And I really, really want to get to that halfway point in the month of August. So this book is really fun. Well, it's not a fun book. It's really sad, but it's fun in the sense that it is split into 2 different timelines. So you've got the now timeline and then you've got the past timeline. I've been working purely on that past timeline and I'm over halfway through that. So that's kind of why I think I'm about a quarter of the way through the book, a little bit over a quarter. I probably got maybe 4 or 5 chapters left in that timeline, and once that's done, I think we'll be at about a halfway point in the novel. So my plan for the month is really to finish that timeline. I really want to get that done, and then I really want to go back through and sort of replot the other timeline, so the now timeline. I have a really good idea of what is going to happen, but all of that happened sort of in the last few weeks as I've just been thinking about the story, and so none of that is actually planned on paper. So yeah, I think I want to sit down and kind of look at what that second half of the book is going to look like, and really just get an understanding on how those pieces are going to tie into the past timeline, because obviously it's not going to be split into the two sections. They are going to weave in and out of one another, but I think for now, I just need to keep them separate just so I can feel like it's a flowing storyline for each. And then they're all going to come together once I am finished those two sections and do some editing. So honestly, that is my only writing goal for the month. I really want to get back into the rhythm of actually writing quite regularly and just seeing if I can really finish that half of the book, because I have been working on this since January, and I know that that's only been 7 months, but yeah, that feels like a long time for me, and I really just want to get this book moving and make sure I have it done by the end of the year. Okay, so in terms of my business goals, I actually just realized I'm pretty sure I've already achieved one of them, which is wild because I wrote these goals like 3 or 4 days ago, and I'm pretty sure one of them can already be ticked off. So the first goal was to have my business fully booked out for the rest of the year, and I've achieved that. If you don't know, I run the editing business So You Wrote a Book, which is essentially all about being your writing bestie, helping you through the writing process, the editing process, and then of course, editing your book. I offer developmental edits, line edits, proofreads, first chapter critiques, manuscript assessments, and I do a lot of accountability and mentorship as well. Now, my business took off in May of this year, and I am already fully booked out for the rest of the year. What the hell? I am already booking into 2027, which is crazy because I actually was going to close my books and just not book 2027 until later this year. But I have had that much inquiry that I honestly have to. Otherwise, I'm just losing money. So that was my number one goal for this month. I really wanted to finish out the rest of this year, make sure I had all signed contracts, deposits had been paid, and basically just be able to close my books and relax and actually just focus on the edits that I have in the month of August. But I think I'm going to keep booking into next year, and then in the next week or so I'll probably close my books. However, I'm already booked up until the end of November. I have 1 client, maybe 2 in December, but then I'm not taking on any more for December because I am going away and I really want to just switch off and enjoy the Christmas period. I also have quite a few business goals, like sort of actual like admin tasks that I really want to do throughout the month of December while I'm taking a bit of a break. And so I'm not doing as much client work throughout that time. So my second goal for the month of August, which is actually really exciting because this was a January goal for this year. And then I got really busy working at the festival earlier this year, and then really busy with my business. But this goal is to finally release the character ebook that I have been working on for over 2 years now. Now, this isn't your average character ebook. This is actually a really fun character ebook that I have been putting together for, like I said, 2 years, and it's all about understanding your characters and getting to know them like they were real people. And the reason that I have put so much time into this and really haven't wanted to rush the process of publishing it too early is actually because I genuinely believe that characters are one of the most underrated things in novels, and they are the thing that honestly makes or breaks your story. I wrote 2 drafts of the space between things, really not understanding my characters, not knowing who they were, not really knowing what they needed, what they desired, or any of the sort of things that made them up as people or complicated people that really drove this story forward. And so after reflecting on that, when I was doing my sort of first and second round of edits, I realized I needed to do some solid character work. And I did a lot of research on characters. I did so much like soul searching. I genuinely spent like 12 months just thinking about how my characters would react to different situations. So like things as simple as like, how would they brush their teeth? How would they react if they tripped over on their way out the front door? How would they react if they had a dog run up to them in the street? Like the most random situations, but also the most mundane situations, I would be thinking about how my characters would react, what they would say, what they would be feeling, what they would be thinking. And I think that really gave me this understanding of my characters in a way that made them feel real. And so when I was writing, I would think, well, how actually would they respond to this? How would they react to this problem or this situation that's popping up? And I think in doing that, I just realized that characters can be a really simple thing. And you just need to sort of treat them like they were your best friend or treat them like you were going on a date. And so this ebook is all about dating your characters. And basically it goes through 28 different activities, challenges, whatever you want to call them, where you are essentially going on a date and getting to know your characters. It is such a fun ebook. I have thoroughly enjoyed putting it together, and I am really hoping that I can release that this month and that people just love it and they get so much out of it and they feel like they know their characters just like I do. And then my third business goal for this month is actually to post on YouTube, which I know is funny considering I am creating a YouTube video about it. But I sort of started my YouTube channel back in January as well. I've posted 2 videos, maybe 3 by the time this comes out. I have so many drafts of videos and so many ideas for videos that I want to create, but I am just really lacking the time or the motivation to put them together. So that is going to be a goal for August. I want to publish 3 videos throughout the month, and I'm hoping that I can achieve that, and we'll be sitting here listening to this video and there will be more up on my site. Okay, so my next category for goals for the month of August is going to basically just be like life goals, but I really want it to be more about like reading and being intentional with my time. I have found that over the last few months, since I have been so busy with work and so busy just spending so much time on my computer, that I am feeling as though I'm not reading as much as I used to, or I'm not choosing that as a hobby anymore. And I think that's probably pretty normal considering I spend all day reading books for a living and editing books, and like that's what I do and I love it. But I'm not reading as much as I used to, and so I really want to change that. And so the first goal for this category is that I really want to switch off my screens more. I really want to spend a lot more time choosing books or choosing silence or choosing any of those cozy little hobbies that I have, like maybe it's just coloring in. I have a few crochet type activities that I want to get into. I really want to get into scrapbooking. And so I think I really want to just switch off from screens. I want to read a little bit more before bed. So instead of watching a show to kind of wind down, I really want to choose a book and pick up a book every night before bed. Even if I only read a few pages or a chapter, I just think that's going to be so much better for my mental health. And then same goes for like while I'm eating breakfast or eating lunch or something like that. I don't need to have a show playing in the background. I could be reading, or I could be listening to an audiobook or doing something else. So I think that's the main one for this month. I really want to be intentional with my time and not just always choose a screen option. I think it's so easy to fall into that habit of doom scrolling or putting on a show and just not really choosing like a book anymore. And I hate that. I really want to read more. And so the second goal for this month under this category is that I really want to read more writing craft books. And by that, I mean books about writing, storytelling, grammar, like all of those little things. I am someone who loves reading those kinds of books. I love learning about the craft of writing. And I think it's just really good for me to continue learning. Like, obviously, I have 2 degrees in creative writing, editing, and publishing. I know a lot about it, and I have written my own novels. I have an agent. I feel like I have a really good understanding of this world and how to craft stories, but I am someone who loves to learn, and I think that our learning never ever ends. And so I just really want to be intentional with picking up those kinds of books throughout the month of August and reading a little bit more. So my goal is really simple. I just want to read 10 pages a day of these kinds of books. And for me, that will take a couple of minutes. But I think, you know, having a pen there, highlighting sections, writing notes, things like that. I really want to keep learning while I am an editor and a writer, and I love it. So I think that'll be really fun. But I think it's also going to be sort of tying in with that other goal of just being more intentional with my time and picking those books up instead of choosing to doom scroll or, you know, watch a show. I'm currently watching Friends again, and, you know, I've seen it that many times that I really don't need to watch those episodes at lunch. I could pick up a book and read. And finally, my third goal for this category, which again sort of ties into the other ones of wanting to read more, but I really want to read a classic this month. I am someone who loves reading the classics. Like, my favorite novel of all time is Wuthering Heights. My second favorite novel is Dracula. I also love things like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I am just a classics fan. I have an entire section of my bookshelf, which I don't know if you can see on screen, but it is all dedicated to the classics, and I love them so much. And so I think I just want to pick up a classic because it's been quite a while since I have read one. And yeah, I love reading pretty much any genre of book, and I really want to keep that up. But in order to do that, I need to intentionally pick up one of the classics. So if you have any recommendations of a classic that's probably not going to take me a whole year to get through, let me know in the comments. I would love to read a classic book that is fun, it's light, it doesn't take too long, and yeah, I would love your recommendations. And then the final section of goals that I am probably the most excited for is my health and fitness. Again, I said that this is probably not something I would ordinarily include in a video like this because it's not really related to writing and editing. However, I have stumbled upon absolute gold. I was trying to find a fitness program that I was actually genuinely interested in. I love going to the gym. I love working out. I love walking. I love yoga. I love Pilates. I love everything. But I have been so bored of all of the workout programs recently that I've just found that I'm not motivated to go to the gym or work out. Until I stumbled upon the Whimsy Forge. If you haven't heard of them before, stop this video, go check them out. They are the coolest workout programs I have ever seen. Like, what do you mean I can work out and pretend that I'm about to slay dragons or train to be a Valkyrie? Come on, that is the coolest thing ever. So I have signed up to do an 8-week program where I'm going to be training like a Valkyrie. I have purchased a broadsword. I have purchased a battle axe. I am going to be training like a full-on badass fantasy whimsical woman, and I'm so excited about it. This whole program is so much fun. It's very, very geared towards like the girlies who love fantasy books and those kinds of worlds, but the workouts are genuinely so good. And on top of just doing like your normal workout, like with weights or like a Pilates workout or yoga, you are literally training with a sword or training with a battle axe. And you are learning to wield it and move and do stances. And I just think it is the funnest thing in the world. On top of that, you also have access to like this entire community of incredible women. You have access to book clubs, writing groups, which was the coolest thing to stumble upon. And there's just so many extra little things within this community that you can engage in. And I feel like it's so tailored towards someone like me or to just anyone who's in like that bookish writing world. And so, yeah, that is one of my goals for this month. I am doing my 8-week program. I am so excited about it. I have not felt this excited about working out in a long time. I can't wait to learn how to wield a sword and a battle axe and incorporate that into my workouts. That is it for my August goals. I can't wait for this month. I actually just have such a good feeling it's going to be a good month. I'm so excited for it. I'm so excited for where my business is, for where my book will hopefully be by the end of this month. I am excited for my workout programs, for spending more time reading, learning about writing, and just all of the things. I think it's going to be such a good month, and I can't wait to reflect back on it in a month's time and let you all know how I went. I hope you all have an amazing August, and I will see you soon. Bye.